Welcome, it's Deronda with Foods 101. Today I'm showing you how to make these blueberry dumplings. I'm using fresh blueberries today that I've rinsed and dried, but if you'd like to use frozen, you may. You're going to need 4 cups of blueberries, whether fresh or frozen, 1/2 cup of water, 1/2 cup of granulated sugar, 1 tablespoon of fresh lemon juice. Usually 1 lemon will give you that. For the dumpling part, you're going to need 1/2 cup of milk. You can use 2% milk or whole milk, 1/2 teaspoon of salt, 2 teaspoons of baking powder, 2 tablespoons of sugar, 2 tablespoons of cubed butter. You want to keep your butter chilled before using, and 1 cup of all-purpose flour. Let me show you how we're going to start these blueberry dumplings. In a 10-inch by 7-inch oval baking dish, I've lightly greased my baking dish here, and we can set this off to the side. In a 2.5 quart saucepan, I'm adding all 4 cups of my blueberries. Add your 1/2 cup of water, your 1/2 cup of sugar, your fresh lemon juice, and I love using this lemon juice squeezer. It'll ensure all that lemon juice gets in there. If you don't have one of these, just use a fork to get in there and get all your juice out. Over here on the oven top, on high heat, we're going to bring our blueberry mixture to a boil. Look at that rich color on those blueberries. Now that the blueberries have come to a boil, we're going to turn our heat down to simmer, and we're going to simmer this anywhere from 9 to 11 minutes, stirring occasionally. Meanwhile, I'm going to show you how to make those dumplings that go on top. First, we're going to add all of our dry ingredients into the bowl. So I've got the flour, the sugar, the salt, and the baking powder. With a whisk, we're going to whisk these 4 ingredients until they're well blended. It's not going to take long. That's it. Add that chilled butter. With a pastry tool, I'm going to start cutting the butter into our dry ingredients. If you'd like to use a food processor, you may. You can also use 2 knives. You can cut your fat in this way, holding your knives close together, or you may use a fork to cut in your fat. But I love using my pastry tool, so I'm going to leave it up to you. We want this flour and fat to turn into kind of like a cornmeal texture. After a minute or 2, your flour mixture should be looking like this, like a cornmeal texture. We're going to make a little well in the center and add our wet ingredients, which is the 1/2 cup of milk. With the fork, we're going to gently bring in the dry ingredients to the wet ingredients. And by the way, I just gave our blueberry mixture a little stirring. It smells absolutely fantastic. So once you can no longer see the flour here in your dumplings, then you've got these dumplings we're going to add to the top of our nice warm blueberries. Set this off to the side. I want my blueberry sauce a little thicker, so I've made a cornstarch slurry. It's just a tablespoon of cornstarch and a tablespoon of water. Add a little bit at a time. Give it a lovely little stirring, and you see how that's going to thicken up? That's what you're looking for. I think I just want it a little bit thicker, and it'll only thicken up with this cornstarch slurry if it's at a bubbling stage. It's got little tiny bubbles in it. You may not be able to see it. So it's thickening up right away, and I think that looks about perfect. Adding that fabulous blueberry, and oh yeah, it's hot. Woo! Make sure you get it all in there. That's what you want it looking like, steaming hot. And look how beautiful that is. And now we're going to add the dumplings. I would say divide your dough into about 6 equal parts and arrange them here on top. These are absolutely going to melt in your mouth. I'm going to be able to make more than 6 dumplings. So if you have a little dough left, just push them off to the side so you can just make room for more. But make sure they're not touching. This is off to our 400-degree preheated oven on the middle rack for the next 20 to 25 minutes, or until your dumplings are golden in color. Use your timer and no peeking. Blueberry dumplings have baked. And look how fabulous and bubbly that is around the edge. And look how golden your dumplings are. Oh! This is going to be fantastic. Now, you want it to cool down because it's super duper hot. I'm going to give it about 30 minutes and I'll be back and show you how I serve it. Gotta try it. Oh my yums. Woo! And it's still piping hot. Putting it right over here on a plate. I've just got to dig in. Look how nice and flaky that little dumpling is. It's hot. I'm gonna need a little bit more blueberry on mine. If you'd like to serve this with ice cream or whipping cream, I make a homemade Cool Whip that is gonna be fabulous. And I have it here on my channel if you wanna look it up. But a little bit of whipping cream with this or ice cream is fantastic. You will not go wrong with this blueberry dumpling recipe. I'm Deronda with Foods 101. Give me a thumbs up, leave me a comment, hit that notification bell to be the first to get my new YouTube food videos. Thanks a million for watching, you all, and I'll catch you lovely people later.